Hey guys, wanted to make this video because it's become a prevalent subject as of lately. That is the situation of someone you're dating with guy friends and or one friend. This works for the opposite sex as well. Yet I deal with mostly guys, so I've been helping some buds out, expanding that pool, and I've also experienced this in my own dating life, so figure I'd go ahead and make an intro to this. Now, I received 3 messages lately that I want to share. I'm not going to say their names, of course, but I think it's a good concrete situation to give us an idea of where we want this to go, how to approach it, because there are trickier situations that demand a bit more thoughtfulness and perhaps a bit more swagger, yet these ones I think are downright easy to handle. Okay, so first one: hey man, hope you're good. So you know my girl's got these guy friends, right? Like, I'm totally fine with it, but lately they've been hanging out more and it's starting to feel a bit, I don't know, off. I mean, I'm not the jealous type or anything, but when they're spending more time together than we are, it's got me thinking, should I brush it off or do you think I should bring it up? Definitely don't brush it off. They're spending more time than she's been spending more time with them than you. Okay, she likes the attention, she likes the validation, she probably is getting some resources from them, if not, like, you know, a really intimate resource from one of them. Hopefully not all of them. Jesus Christ, right? So number 2, I'm just gonna bounce through them so we can segue through this. Yo, need your advice on something. So my girl's got this bestie. They've known each other forever. They're like brother and sister, always texting, calling, hanging out. I know she loves me, but it's hard not to feel a bit sidelined, you know? I trust her, but this dude's always around, and it's starting to mess with my head. How do I handle this without seeming like a jealous jerk? One of your first mistakes was getting into a committed, perhaps exclusive relationship, if that was ever spoken about. Getting into a rhythm that in your mind, you switched this into a monogamous relationship. If that was ever the case, that was your first mistake. Okay, you don't commit to these kind of girls, especially if they're hanging out with one bestie and he's a guy and if he's straight as an arrow, if he's not gay, bro, like that's just disrespectful. All right, so you just can't care about being a jealous jerk. You just got to confront it and try to do it cool and calm as well. So number 3, hey man, I got a situation here and I could use some insight. So my girl's got these guy friends, which is cool, I guess, but there's this one dude she's super tight with. Yeah, like they talk every day, hang out all the time, you name it. I mean, I trust her, I do, but it's hard not to feel like I'm competing for her attention, you know? It's messing with my head, and I don't want to be that insecure guy who ruins everything. Any thoughts on how to handle this without going off the deep end? All right, another one. All right, so this guy says how I don't want to be that insecure guy who ruins everything, and the other guy said I don't want to seem like a jealous jerk. Okay, there you go. There you had it. There's 2 keywords right there, right? That means you need to deprogram yourself and you need to remove yourself from said thoughts, and remember that this is not something that you can even really help. All right, they will approach you and receive it as some sort of insecurity, as some sort of jealousy, and that is the only balancing act that I will go ahead and flesh out here. But in these situations, man, like, I think these ones are perfectly, I picked these out because I think they're perfect. Each one of these situations, it's too much. It's just too fucking much, man. Think about the stress. Think about what they're putting you through. If you feel at unease, man, like, would you marry this girl with all these guy friends? Would you marry this girl who's hanging out with their guy best friend? All right, like, no. Look at this one too, right? Like, she's super tight with him. He doesn't even mention that if they were childhood friends or been friends for a long time. That's ridiculous. They're talking, texting every day. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? That's not okay. So there's only one. Actually, there's like 2 things you really need to look out for when you go ahead and you approach this situation. All right. I want to go ahead. First, I want to mention this. Like, you should have mentioned this in the beginning, in the dating phase. You should have touched on this subject before. You should have. Okay, if you hadn't, then you need to go ahead and confront the situation and be prepared to walk away. Okay, if you did have this conversation And this does happen. I've actually done this myself, so it's okay. All right, it's okay. If you lost emotional control, if you got upset, angry, you look super needy, maybe you even begged, okay, you can't do anything about it anymore. The one thing you can do is simply try to reset the scenario. Whether or not you got upset and you need to apologize, whether or not you got needy and you need to do you need to figure something out, to whatever. The best thing you could do is simply stay on point. Stay on point. Okay. 2 ways to go about it. First, bring up the ultimatum. Okay. Second, ultimatum is there's no relationship if this doesn't change. No guy best friends. Okay. Easy one. The second one is, look, I think we have something good here. I don't feel it's okay for you to continue doing this behavior. I feel disrespected, whatever you got to say. But nonetheless, I would downgrade that relationship back to open, back to just dating. If you can say that, and I would best share it in that manner, as in, all right, look, if this doesn't change, we should consider this an open relationship. And that's it. Zip it. That's it. Just zip it. Zip it forever. Don't talk about it again. Don't bring it up again. Don't do it again. And just watch. Okay? Enjoy the relationship as it is and just watch. Okay? The behavior doesn't change. If she's still talking to these guys, still hanging out with all these fucking guys, if she's still texting all this other shit, right? Then fine, right? You need to make that fucking switch in your mind, and you need to downgrade her in your mind, and you need to start opening your pool of dating. You need to start recognizing yourself as someone who is now available, who is now dating again. You warned her, you gave her some benefit of doubt, you gave her a little bit of time to make some changes. Cool. Now there's gonna be some points where I'm sorry. There's gonna be some times where like there's small incremental changes. Okay, you don't want to dismiss that. Behavioral changes is really fucking hard. Okay, you got this far in the relationship, you want to salvage it, then you're gonna need patience. The easiest way to get out of this, the easy way to get out of this is to just start over with someone else. It really is. But if you're gonna hang out, if you're gonna try to salvage this, then you need to be patient with this person and let her make those changes. If it's incremental, overnight, whatever. If it's incremental, reward those changes. Reassure, like, you noticed, hey, that's cool. I appreciate that. That's awesome. All right. Don't pest her. Don't nag her. Don't get upset just because the change wasn't 100% overnight, over week. You get the point. Okay. Now, the only other aspect to truly keep in mind when it comes to this is it's a balancing act, only in the matter of if perhaps 1 to 2 or 3 guys come to mind that you are mostly like eyeing, like, wait, this, like, that could be someone that she could date, right? Like, if you get that vibe at all, subconsciously she definitely will know. All right, she's gonna fucking know. You can't believe what she says. You just can't. All right, make yourself clear. Discern. You can be understanding. You can listen. Okay, but at the end of the day, it's on her to make these changes. And if she doesn't, you need just bounce or deal with it or ride it to its to the final train station, which I believe isn't a good station to stop at for you. If you can get off earlier, that's the better. All right. The reason why that's a bit frustrating is because when you do bring it up, and these 1 or 2 guys come to mind, she's going to feel, and she will never say this, bro. Okay, just please recognize that she will never say this shit, but she will think this subconsciously. She's gonna think that if he feels threatened by these guys or by one of these guys, she's gonna start to like pull in only because she's thinking, okay, there must be more to this guy. If that dude, she's having sex with you, she's in a relationship with you, if that dude is threatening you, if you feel threatened by that dude, then, oh, I might have missed something over here. There might be more to this than I expected. All right. So you come off the wrong way. You come off super angry, super annoyed by this one person, right? Like, she's going to think that Doesn't fucking matter what she says. Oh no, there's nothing there. He doesn't like me like that. Oh no, I don't like him like that. It doesn't matter, okay? You know how guys think, and you should know how guys think. All right? She needs to cut it. If she doesn't, fine. Now, in my own experience, I want to bring this up because it dovetails into this, and this would be the last thing, all right? This is the last thing. In my own experience, I had a girl who did the behavioral changes, and she was on point with that. But when it came to going ahead and asking her to basically I would basically say, is that your guy friend, right? And if she can't understand that that's not her guy friend, that is a red flag, and you need to consider that like a little mini red flag that you're gonna have to watch out for later. Okay, if she wholesomely believes that that's her guy friend, that they're nothing there, and it's just whatever, right? Imagine you marry her, and then she's still carrying that belief that her and she could still have a guy friend. She could still have these guy friends. Imagine that. Okay, you don't want to be playing whack-a-mole for the rest of your fucking life. All right. So I still think that was bad. Now I made sure. I mean, I lost control because it was getting upset because she would do the changes, but when I would simply like quickly say, you're going to hang out with your friends again? Cool. All right. Such and such is going to be there? Cool, okay. But they're not your guy friends. You know that, right? If she starts playing shit with you, if she starts like testing you, she's like, oh, but they're around. Oh, but they're doing this. Oh, but I can't get away from anyone. Oh, whatever it is. Okay. You know what it is, bro. You know what it is. All right. I personally use the open relationship line. I do that one. Okay. Because look, no need for it to end dramatically. No need to call it a big old breakup. But for the most part, when she sees you dating other people, you did nothing wrong. Okay. You made yourself clear. You made yourself abundantly clear. And you move along in that direction. Okay. In the most hopeful sense, and this is what a lot of women think, in the most hopeful sense, and for like men of God and men of community, the most hopeful sense of guy friends is, in the most angelic form, is community, right? They're part of our community. They're part of our church group. These people are closely knit together. Like, that is the best sense of it that we can conceive. But we in the dating market now, like, come on now, you got to come off it at some point, okay? Like, it's only good up until a certain point. If they're texting all the time, if they're communicating all the time, fuck that shit. Bounce, bro. Bounce. Start dating other people, okay? That's what I did. It may upset her, man. You might break her fucking heart. But that was what I found to be troublesome, was the fact that she couldn't answer that simple question. She wholesomely believed that were her friends, and those were her friends. Those were her male friends. I was like, bruh. They may be wholesome to you. They may like never have flirted with you, maybe never tried, whatever the case may be. But unless I'm now best friends with your guy friends, bro, they're out of the picture. They it should be her job to make sure that shit doesn't stress you out. Okay, she needs to start curving them. She needs to stop going out with them. She needs to stop trying to see them, talk to them, whatever. And I'm gonna tell you what right now too, okay? I'm gonna tell you what. Guys will find the most fucking ridiculous shit to talk just to start talking to her in any way, shape, or sense or form, okay? If she works at the UPS store, if she works as like a secretary at a college, if she's like a web designer, bro. Guys are gonna talk to her and be like, yo, bro, what's the dimensions that I need to put my laptop in if I want to ship it across to Texas, right? Motherfucker, Google it, right? Like that would be our fucking answer, was like, go Google it, ask a Brody, ask someone else. But because she works there, because he sees it as like in terms of opening a line of communication with them, they're gonna use that. All right, if she works at a college, secretary, they're gonna be like, yo, I want to get to college. That shows also, like, think about how sly that one is too. Maybe he is actually trying to get into college. Maybe he is. Motherfucker, go to the school and find a counselor, find one of those guidance counselors, pick up a pamphlet, go online, talk to one of those people who are going to introduce you to all that. You know, get a tour or some shit. Don't talk to my girl. Don't talk to my girl, bro. I don't want that. So full circle. Okay? Full circle. You nip that shit as early as you can. That shit needs to stay professional. If it changes at all, if you look at their messages and they try some shit like that, the UPS store or whatever, and the next like subject is, oh cool, yeah, I appreciate that, but how you been, by the way? How's everything? Bam, bam. Okay, no, hell no. All right, so that's my take on it. Done.